Okay, so today we're talking about also the fires in LA. Right now, my son is there, and he said it's not. He got off the plane and he said it wasn't what we thought. Um, they're good with making things bigger than what it is. I don't know. I don't know if people did lose their house, and if they did, I'm with them, 100%. I'm with them because I do believe that no matter if it was one house on fire or a bunch of houses on fire, they should have had water. Um, but this is America. This is what we live. Everywhere we go, it's like it's something. They want to do something. You got terrible people running the system. That's why I couldn't even indulge in this. I knew Trump. I'm sorry, y'all. He's the man because Kamala can't even hold a sentence. But Trump is able to go into a place and say, "Hey, if you don't do this, I'm gonna mess you up, you and your country." Kamala, on the other hand, yeah, we'll be your friend. Okay, no, we're not. No, no, we're not. Kamala, it would have been a terrible president. I'm sorry, as a black woman, a real black woman who have black parents. Um, I don't believe that was the route that we should have went with her. I really don't. And people call Trump a racist. I don't believe he's a racist. I think he just don't know, which most white people don't know because they don't know our struggle. Their ancestors caused our struggle, but most of them don't know our struggle. The ones that are still stuck in their heads back at a time when they thought they were running things, who can say, which I don't get how they still say, but I'm white. They never say I'm an American. They say I'm white. So that right there tells me how a lot of them think anyway. I've never heard him throw that out there. I can't say that the man is racist. I didn't grow up with him. I didn't even really see actual racism. I do think he's a crook. I think he thinks he's a crook. He knows he's a crook according to the laws. He's not. He's using the laws and it's working for his benefit. These are things that we need to learn so it can work for our benefits too. Because being honest, being upfront, honest, good person, law abiding, loving this person just because, forgiving, it got us nowhere. But we're still enslaved. We're still on the bottom. It hasn't really gotten us anywhere. And stop saying, "Oh, but God, but God, but God." They've been saying it for thousands of years. You're your own God. I hate to tell you that, especially when you don't believe. But you believe a white man, so maybe a white man has to tell you. I don't know. Or a woman. I don't know. But I just don't believe that. I believe that he's like most white people are naive to black culture, but I think he likes the black culture. He may not like he can't be married to one. That's cool. I couldn't be married to a white man. That's cool. It's cool. Who you choose to love is who you choose to love. And it's nobody's business to be upset because these days, even white men are straying so far away from black women. You can't. My son dates a white girl, and he used to date all black, but then when they started acting a fool, and it's only because you don't really know. They don't know. And I've been trying to tell my son, like when he got his child support check, I gave it to him so he can get shoes and clothes and when he going out on dates and stuff, so he's not like he learned. I gave it to him to teach him how to be responsible. When he went out on dates, he would pay for the girls food, anything she wanted to get in there. I usually chaperone and go, but he paid for everything, not me, not my part. I would pay for my part, but that was his money, and um, to make sure that he was taken care of. So it wasn't much, but that was what his other side did, and you can't. My thing is time with the other parent is more important than the dollar. Really, it is. And I wish people would understand that. It is more important that your children have the luxury to know both parents, both sides of the family. They have any problem, they go, oh, my dad was like this. Oh, yeah, he had problems with this. This. I tell my son all the time, he was a lot like his father because his father was very like, oh, my nerves, my nerves, my nerves. I'm like, huh? What is wrong with your nerves? Now I understand what my son was. It's just that they didn't know how to understand their energy. Um, my son is born on the 19th. That's a whole lot of, yes. GG33 talks about that all the time. He don't like people born on the 19th. He would not like my son. He would not he'd get him. I love him. So that's why I'm like, okay, I understand. I understand. He's a 9 life path, born on the 19th. He's got a lot of male aggression. And as a woman, I'm not supposed to have raised boys. I'm a woman. I don't care what any of you guys say out there. Y'all can say that's a woman can raise. You can do all your whatever. I can't teach a boy how to be a man. And I had the understanding that their father would, but it didn't happen. And in most cases, I was like, keep your money. He wants your time. He doesn't want your money. And I went to him and I told him, I said, what do you want? You want your dad or you want the money? He wanted his dad. So we don't want the money anymore. And he didn't get his dad. So, this young man is 30 something years old. It's like, it's okay. It's all done. It's over. He's living with him now. They're getting to know each other now. I know he's in his 30s now, but they're getting to know each other now. Better late than never, right? Um, my father died. My donor. I don't know I don't know what you would call it, but he died in. I don't know when exactly he died. Whether it was 2020, 2021. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and we didn't really have a relationship. And he didn't live too far from my dad. Oh, this is the greatest man in the world. I love this man. My stepdad is, but everybody don't. You'll never call him my stepdad in front of him. He is such a. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that my mother found him, and he was in my children's life all their lives, and he is just a wonderful person. I don't think he know it. I call a lot, and then when I call to talk to him, I don't know if he knows, but he's such a good person, and I just hope he knows. He'll be 88 this year. He's just wonderful. I mean, I've always been like, been like, I always love my mother. My mom that's an awesome woman. She raised me and my three of my sisters. Come to find out, there's 10 of us, but she raised me and my three older sisters by herself. And considering she did an awesome job, I love her. She did what she could. I If anything happened, I would only blame the sheep that left the no no the shepherd that left his sheep to the wolf and didn't care. I I go there. It says even in your Bible it says a man that doesn't take care of his family is less than an infidel. That's him. But my stepdad, that's the man of all man. I love him, and if I get married, I would like to marry someone like him. Just more loving, just more loving. But he's a wonderful man. He don't know how wonderful he is. I don't think he know how wonderful he is. But he was meant to be my dad, though. Yeah, he was meant to be my sister, mine and my sister's dad. But the conversation right now is about. Oh my goodness, there's the fires in LA. My son said it's not as bad. He did see a small fire, but not nothing to even probably one fire hydrant, not even one full fire hydrant could have rectified. It was that's small. He said it. He's going out there to do a little um, music. He likes doing music. And he likes doing a lot of things. If you guys see his, I don't know about anything about his website, but he's been getting a lot of feed off it. Micah Bates, or I don't know if he's going by a mod or what he's going by, but go check it out for yourself. I don't know. I've never been on his. He's 25, well, almost 25 years old. So what you find, that's your business, because I don't go over there. But I hope a lot. I'm really praying for the people and hopeful that everything works out, that they go to family. Maybe this is a time to get their families closer, and they have to go stay with children or brothers and sisters or parents or whatever. But it's time to bring their relationship together. Maybe that's what ends up happening. You got to make it positive, because there's no, you can't, like, and I'm not going to say spilled milk, because this is a lot more painful than spilled milk. This is their livelihood. This is their home. This is, some of them, they were on there saying, we've been here for 40 years. We've been here for 30 years, or we grew up here, or I raised my children here. And it, no matter where it's at, no matter who is, they could have all the money in the world, but still it's the memories. And they are very important. They are very, very important. The memories of, I think about when I was married, and we were moved out of the apartment that we we're in, and a whole bunch of pictures were left behind. I think about those pictures even today, and that was back in early 90s. And I think about them now, and it's 2025, 2024. I'm saying still 2024, because we still have not gotten to the New Year's, the real New Year's. Remember, Chinese New Year's on that side counts more than New Year's on this side or here, because this is man-made. Back then it's not. It's going by the stars, the planets, the moons, the moon or the sun, and all that kind of stuff. And it's the truth. This is man-made. And like I was saying about the Tower of Babel, you gotta think, when he waved his hand and made all those languages, Most High made those languages. Anything that is man-made, like the English language is man-made, and it's like, here in Texas, there's a place called Cons. It's telling you right there what they are. Like, even if you sign a contract, please read it, because it says con first. That they're lying to you. Please read it over, the small print, all the print, and make sure you know what you're getting before you get it. things like that. Sometimes things tell you what they are, right? But they don't play. It just, this is what it is. You're agreeing to it. You know that it's a con. You're agreeing to it. So it's all about telling you what it's doing. And they're saying that that lessens their karma by telling you their lie or their doings or whatever. It lessens their karma. So just put you on your P's and Q's. Please read your contracts and things like that. And fine print. Have you don't have. It doesn't have to be an attorney that reads it. It could be a lawyer. A lawyer is a person who has not gotten their degree. They finished. They got all the schooling. They graduated out of schooling, but they did not pass the bar. Maybe they have not become an attorney, but they're still a lawyer because they finished school, so they still are a lawyer. They know about contract law no matter what. Or you can help them out. And you know what? Just hire them out. You can hire a lawyer and just have them check over contracts for you, things like that. And you don't have to go, so they keep you out of the court system, to keep you from messing up. Get a contract lawyer, or help make somebody a contract lawyer. They don't have to necessarily. Is their way of making money. They have the degree. They're taught how to look at contracts and what to look, certain things to look for, because they hide the lie. Like when you buy a house, people think it's just the reason why they raise it so much is because they say this is what the interest is here, but then you're paying an additional percentage rate here. And so you add that and you say, I thought it was only 3%, but in actuality it was 6. That's the same thing with the car. That's the reason why it goes up so much more, because somewhere in that contract is giving the extra percentage they add on to it, that you agree to it when you sign that paper, because you have not read it, or you have not gone to an attorney and had their lawyer or attorney or whatever read it though for you. So really, while you're doing things, do that. Generational wealth is your time. You can do that now. So much has gone on where at first you couldn't, because it was like we weren't made wise enough for things. It's a good thing for the internet, because now we can go and look at what we should have been looking at. Dr. Umar Johnson has a list of books that we should be reading. Oh, please read those books, because you may think he's read it or have mental issues. He don't. People sometimes tell you things that you think are crazy only because you were taught different by people who were taught different, who wasn't taught the truth. We have not been taught the truth in America. America is built on lies. Why do we still celebrate Columbus Day? What did he do? Or the 4th of July, when our ancestors was enslaved. I even have a child on the 4th of July. But my thing is like this. I celebrate his birthday, but I wouldn't celebrate 4th of July for America, because we were still enslaved. And even after that, maybe now I could say, if it was to rejoice how they're treating us, anybody can get it now. But back in the day, it was basically black people. But now anybody can get it. And they don't even care. Old man, old woman, white, black, brown, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. I don't care what you are. Anybody can get it now. Police don't care, because the police used to be about rounding up the black people, because they really came to fruition, because right after slavery they just released people, and then they made laws that they couldn't loiter. But then they took away their 40 acres and a mule. So it's like, where do we go? So it was either going back to the plantations that they were at, or going to prison and then going back to the plantation that they were at. But it wasn't about like, oh no, we got to establish them. Oh, yeah, no, they tried to hold us down. Even now, they try to hold us down. A lot of people, you see the injustice. If a lot of people just ignore it. There's a, what's his name? Something Lee Patterson, Jesse. I think that's the stupidest person I have seen before in my life. And that's only, I say that, forgive me for saying it that way, but I say that because he is your experience in America, be it different, is your experience in America. Just because you didn't catch on to the racism that you were given, or you didn't experience the racism that most of us was given, does not mean it didn't exist. Um, because my dad, he'll say, he was in the military back then. Yeah, they put you on the front line, huh? You didn't even realize why. I love him to death, but back then you would say, a lot of them was like clueless to it because they had jobs. They were doing better than the average black person. So when you were doing better than the average black person, what racism? What racism? There's some of them that, and I don't believe the most of the white people at the bottom, they express racism, but that's because the people at the top use them. It's almost like being on a plantation where you had blacks as overseers, and then you had the white overseers over the black overseers over the other blacks. You always have that one black, oh, you go tell your people to do this. They'll listen to you. Oh, that's just to be the face. But you're the one that's telling them to go tell their black people to do this or do that, or this gonna happen. And they're made to do so they can look negative at you because you the face that looks like them, but you're doing it. And I think we're repeating cycles. We're repeating everything that happened. He's just repeating, and it's not really his fault. He's just brainwashed, and very brainwashed, because he'll tell you in his head, oh yeah, but Christianity, and then he'll say things like, we need more white people. No, we need white people to understand black people to understand white people, and then we need to all come together and just talk. Well, this is what our teachings are doing, and we don't believe in this, so don't throw that on us just because we don't. I don't believe, like, somebody from India should come here and get involved with a black person or white person, and they treat them like they're from here. You shouldn't talk to them that way. You shouldn't treat them that way. If you're gonna get into an established, this is what custom, which most Indian people, most African people, most people from that end that are coming here, they're unaccustomed to things. You can't teach them the American ways, especially if you have not been brought up in a way. Like, if you can't talk to them anyway, have some kind of decorum about yourself. Like, you should never speak to, if you call him this, like, if you're a woman and you love this man, you should never speak to this man to belittle this man. You can't say, I love you, motherfucker, do this and this. Excuse my language, but you know what I mean. You can't say that the two don't go together. And just like a man, you can't say, I love you, and then beat your woman, or cheat on your woman. They don't even know. Some women don't care that you cheat. Just don't come back to them without a condom. Don't lay down with another woman without a condom. Don't bring home no babies. There's rules to this shit, because you may not get around it. A lot of women they're so quick to throw away a relationship just over the man cheating, when he should have came to the woman and discussed it first. And 9 times, like, even when I was married, it's like this. Okay, I'm cool with you cheating. Don't come back to me without a condom, and don't come back Don't bring back no babies, and never put that household before this household. Because I'm your wife and this is your children. This house is first, foremost. Make sure everything's taken, the phone bill, the rent, the mortgage, whatever, the utilities, the food. Make sure all that's taken care of. We have small children that are in Pampers. Make sure there's toilet tissue, Pampers, whatever we may need in this house is taken care of. And then if there's anything left over and we have not put anything in savings because they're saving for a house, and if you want me to be the stay-at-home wife, for one, in America, I'm a 33 as a life path. So that's a 6. I'm loving, I take care of home, things like that. Make sure I'm able to do it. And this is why I say numerology is good, because you may not know who you married to. And you messing up on them. I'm the type of person, I would have took care of the home. No problem. I did that. I do that now. And I've had a stroke, and my whole left side is partially paralyzed. But I take care of the home, and I'm barely getting around. But I'll drag this left leg and clean the kitchen and dining room and bedroom and living room and everything else. I can't do it all at once anymore. I have to take my time with it. But if you do your part, I'll do mine. And that's where most women are. Do your part and they'll do theirs. And from now on, that's something you should sit down before you decide to make that woman your wife or that man your husband. Sit down, talk to him. Tell him what you would take and what you would not. If you're okay with cheating, put stipulations on it, because no second person should come into your home or should take your man and do this and do that without your man having an understanding. That's fine. You can go over there if you want to, but you make sure this is taken care of. You make sure your family is taken care of. I don't care if you love me or not. You can stop loving me, but you made me sign papers to be your wife. Take care of your house, take care of your wife, and take care of your children. The children from the two of you. And then go out and play, do whatever you want to with your friends, your your other girlfriends, whatever. Most women are like that because you know you're not going to get around it. But the reason why men are so tactless is because women are requiring them to be flawless. And some men can't. Most men, a lot of men can't. Because they're living on the negative side. Men and women both living on their negative side, to where it's like, why are you yelling? Why are you arguing all the time? Just tell me what you want. Tell me, just sit me down, talk to me straight up. Let's talk. Go into a relationship with your friend. Don't go into a relationship with just somebody off the street that you just met. Go into a lifelong relationship with your friend. And I say that because my oldest son, him and his wife, they laugh together. They play around together. When I see them, I'm jealous because I didn't do that. But they went into a relationship, and believe me, he's not into the numerology, astrology. He lucked up on her, and she's a 6. She take care of that home. Her day of birth is a 15th. So 1 + 5 is 6. She's 6. She's loving. All them children they're just so loved. And they're well-behaved, well-mannered children too. And I just love them. They're just wonderful people. There's so much that we can learn by numerology and astrology. Please don't be afraid of it. All that was said was a lie to get you to be afraid of it. But don't be. It's more of a help than a hindrance. Like it says also in the Bible, what the devil made for bad, God made for good. So if that's what you think, make it for good. If your whole life is predicated around that Bible, make it for good. That's all, that's all you can do. Okay. You made it for bad, I'm gonna make it for good. And that's what I do. I don't think of it as making it for bad anyway, because the the um the planets, stars, and moon, the position of things, even on days, just added up the days of the years and stuff like that, and then just find out what number means. It's like this a 9 year. That means we are finishing contracts, and if we started something in an 8 year, you're finishing it and getting it going in a 9 year. Making sure it's steady in a 9 year. 9 years not for starting stuff, it's for finishing things, and making sure things are at a point where it can come to completion without you completing it right then. And a lot of stuff is about completing. It's not about starting no new contracts. So please, yo, 2025 is not for contracts like that. Especially don't do nothing in Aquarius. Don't do nothing in Aquarius, because remember, it's gonna have 20 years of bad luck. Wait until, I'd say, April or May. And the reason why is because you want longevity. Keep it away from Pluto. Unless you know how to navigate Pluto, keep it away. Don't do anything in a 7 year. Kind of lay back, kind of hold yourself back, and just be like, okay, that's 7 year. That's the year where anything can happen. I had a stroke in my 7 year, which was 2023. I had my stroke. And let me see. In my enemy year, I thought was a lion. Not real sick. So I could have two enemy years. More than one. More than the rat and the ox. Is it the rat and the ox? Because I'm supposed to go back a year. So it could be the rat and the ox. So I'm a sheep, a ram, whatever we do with the horns and stuff like that. I don't know. But yeah, just learn about this stuff, please, please, please. Ask questions about it if you need to, and I can check it out. If I don't know it, I'll find it. I'll get you the answer. If I don't know it, if I do know it, I'll get back to you. I'll make another video about it. All right. Bye bye.